Retro Road Test, Alfa Romeo GTV Twin Spark vs Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo, 1995. It's caught here. If you like my content and feel able to, please do like it or follow my blogs, Spotify and YouTube channels or Facebook channel. It would mean and help an awful lot. Thank you. https://korg9000.wordpress.com/ Retro Road Test, Alfa Romeo GTV Twin Spark vs Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo, 1995. A road test from the era when Italian car designers were clearly allowed near strong coffee. There was a time when buying an Italian sports coupe was a bit like dating somebody spectacularly attractive who occasionally forgot your birthday, lost your wallet and set fire to your shed. The 1990s were full of sensible cars. Repmobiles. Diesel hatchbacks. Company cars painted in shades of disappointment. Yet Italy, seemingly unaware of this trend, continued producing machines that looked as though they had escaped from motor show stands. In one corner sits the all-new Alfa Romeo GTV Twin Spark. Sharp, angular and gloriously dramatic. In the other lurks the Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo. A car designed with such visual confidence that even today it appears to have arrived from 20 years into the future. Both are front-wheel drive Italian coupes. Both cost roughly executive saloon money. Both promise performance, style and romance. Only one can win. So, grab your driving gloves, leave your practical instincts at home and join us as we discover which Italian temptress deserves a place on your driveway. The contenders. Alfa Romeo GTV 2.0 Twin Spark. The GTV arrived in Britain in 1995 and immediately caused jaws to hit pavements. Designed by Pininfarina but heavily influenced by Alfa's own Centro style, it looked nothing like anything else on sale. Its specifications were respectable. Specification: Alfa Romeo GTV Twin Spark. Engine 1,970 cc 16V Twin Spark. Power 150 bhp. Torque 137 pound-foot. Gearbox 5-speed manual. 0 to 60 miles per hour 8.4 seconds. Top speed 134 miles per hour. Weight 1,320 kilograms. Price, 1995 UK, approx £20,000. Not outrageously fast. Not outrageously expensive. Outrageously beautiful. Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo. If the Alfa is elegant, the Fiat is gloriously bonkers. Penned by a young designer named Chris Bangle before he became famous for terrifying BMW traditionalists, the coupe looked as though somebody had folded a Ferrari using origami instructions. Its specification sheet was rather more serious. Specification: Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo. Engine 1,998 cc 20V Turbo. Power 220 bhp. Torque 228 pound-foot. Gearbox 6-speed manual. 0 to 60 miles per hour 6.3 seconds. Top speed 155 miles per hour. Weight 1,310 kilograms. Price, 1995 UK, approx £23,000. For context, a Jaguar XJS cost far more. A Porsche 968 was significantly dearer. The Fiat was capable of embarrassing both. Styling. Alfa Romeo GTV. Some cars age. The GTV simply matures. The nose is pure Alfa Romeo. Tiny shield grille. Narrow headlights. Huge visual drama. Viewed from the front three-quarter angle, it's magnificent. 7. The side profile is compact and muscular. The rear is perhaps its most controversial aspect, with a cut-off tail that looks almost architectural. Some love it. Some hate it. Everybody notices it. Even parked beside modern machinery, the Alfa looks expensive and exotic. Fiat Coupé. Then we come to the Fiat. Good grief. 6. Slashes in the wings. Circular rear lamps. Metal fuel cap. Body-colored sill blades. A roofline drawn using what appears to have been a ruler and a nervous breakdown. It should be a disaster. Instead, it works brilliantly. The Fiat looks utterly unlike anything else before or since. 20 minutes after parking it, you'll still glance back over your shoulder. 3 times. Maybe 4. Interior. Alfa Romeo. The GTV's cabin feels intimate. You sit low. Very low. Almost as though Alfa Romeo's engineers wanted you to experience life from the perspective of a particularly ambitious badger. The dashboard wraps around the driver. The instruments sit deep within cowled binnacles. Everything feels sporting. The switchgear, however, reminds you that this is still an Italian car from the 1990s. Advertisement. Privacy settings. Some buttons feel wonderfully tactile. Others appear to have been sourced from a supplier specializing in discount microwave ovens. Still, the atmosphere is terrific. This is a cockpit. Not merely an interior. Fiat. The Fiat's cabin is arguably its masterpiece. The painted metal strip stretching across the dashboard body color matches the exterior. It remains one of the cleverest interior design touches ever fitted to a production car. The seats are excellent. Visibility is surprisingly good. Space is better than expected. Unlike many sports coupés, adults can actually survive a journey in the back without writing farewell letters to relatives. The controls are straightforward. The ergonomics make sense. Italian engineers clearly had a rare outbreak of practicality. Performance. Alfa Twin Spark. Alfa's twin spark engine is one of those power plants that enthusiasts adore. It revs eagerly. It sounds magnificent. And it rewards commitment. Below 3,500 RPM things are pleasant enough. Above 4,500 RPM the engine wakes up and starts singing. By 6,500 RPM it is positively operatic. The acceleration figures won't frighten a contemporary Subaru Impreza owner. But speed isn't really the point. The GTV encourages you to work for your performance. You chase revs. You use the gearbox. You participate. Driving quickly feels like an achievement. Fiat 20V Turbo. The Fiat adopts a rather different approach. Namely, why not simply fit a huge turbocharger and frighten everybody? The 5-cylinder engine is magnificent. At low revs it behaves politely. Then boost arrives. Suddenly. Forcefully. With all the subtlety of a pub bouncer ejecting somebody through a window. The soundtrack is extraordinary. Half rally car. Half warplane. Half Italian opera. Yes, that's 3 halves. The Fiat does not care about mathematics. Once rolling, the coupe devours road at an astonishing rate. Overtaking maneuvers become almost comically brief. You see a gap. You apply throttle. The gap ceases to exist. Handling. This is where things become interesting. Alfa Romeo GTV. The GTV rides on a heavily developed version of the old Fiat Tipo platform. On paper that sounds disappointing. On the road it doesn't matter. The steering is wonderfully communicative. The front end bites hard. Turn-in is immediate. The chassis feels alive beneath you. You can sense weight transfer. You can feel grip levels changing. You become part of the process. The ride is firm but controlled. Not comfortable exactly, but entirely appropriate. This is a sports car, not a sofa. Driven enthusiastically across a twisting B road, the Alfa is deeply satisfying. It flows beautifully, like a well-practiced dance partner. Fiat Coupé. The Fiat is more powerful. Far more powerful. The result is a different character. Steering feel is decent but not exceptional. Grip levels are immense. Performance is explosive. Yet the sheer amount of torque occasionally overwhelms the front tires. Torque steer can make appearances, particularly when accelerating hard over uneven surfaces. The steering wheel occasionally wriggles in your hands as though trying to escape. Some drivers will find this exciting. Others may begin negotiating with higher powers. Yet the Fiat remains hugely capable. Cross-country pace is devastating. The chassis copes admirably considering the power involved. Refinement. Neither of these cars could reasonably be described as quiet. Nor should they be. However, differences exist. The Alfa feels more sophisticated. Engine noise is cultured. Road noise is moderate. Long-distance cruising is pleasant. The Fiat is louder. More aggressive. More intense. The 5-cylinder soundtrack is addictive, but after several hundred miles you may require a brief lie down and a cup of tea. Possibly 2 cups. Practicality. Advertisement. Privacy settings. Nobody buys either of these vehicles because they need to transport wardrobes. Nevertheless, practical considerations matter. The Fiat wins comfortably. The boot is larger. Rear seats are more usable. Storage is better. Visibility is superior. The Alfa's rear accommodation is best reserved for very small adults, unusually cooperative children or medium-sized luggage. The Fiat can genuinely function as everyday transport. The Alfa requires a little more compromise. Running costs. Now we reach the traditional Italian section of the program. Reliability. Or as Italian manufacturers occasionally refer to it. An exciting journey of discovery. Neither car enjoys Japanese levels of dependability. Electrical gremlins are possible. Trim rattles occur. Warning lights sometimes illuminate for reasons known only to themselves. The Alfa's twin-spark engine requires careful maintenance, particularly timing belt changes. Ignore service schedules and the consequences can be expensive. The Fiat's turbocharged engine is robust when maintained properly but equally capable of generating substantial bills if neglected. Fuel economy. Neither is brilliant. Expect approximately Alfa GTV twin spark, 28-32 miles per gallon. Fiat Coupé Turbo, 24-29 miles per gallon. The Fiat's tires disappear faster. The Alfa's suspension bushes wear regularly. Both cars encourage a healthy relationship with specialist mechanics. Ownership experience. This category matters more than any performance figure. Because these cars are bought with the heart, not the head. The Alfa feels special every time you see it. The badge matters. The heritage matters. The styling matters. Even filling it with petrol somehow feels romantic. Owners forgive its flaws because the car possesses soul. The Fiat is different. It feels like a giant killing bargain. You know you've discovered something extraordinary. A machine capable of humiliating far more expensive sports cars. There is a sense of mischief to the Fiat. A feeling that somebody in Turin managed to sneak a supercar engine program into a family car budget meeting. Which is faster? No contest. The Fiat wins. Comfortably. Very comfortably. Performance measure Alfa GTV TS Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo. Power 150 bhp 220 bhp. Torque 137 pound-foot 228 pound-foot. 0 to 60 miles per hour 8.4 seconds 6.3 seconds. Top speed 134 miles per hour 155 miles per hour. The Fiat is one of the fastest front-wheel drive cars available in 1995. Which handles better? This is harder. The Alfa is more enjoyable. The steering is sweeter. The chassis is more interactive. The Fiat is ultimately faster but less delicate. If you enjoy driving itself, the Alfa has the edge. If you enjoy reaching the horizon before everybody else, choose the Fiat. Which looks better? Impossible. This is like asking whether Sophia Loren is more attractive than Monica Bellucci. There is no wrong answer. The Alfa is elegant. The Fiat is dramatic. Personally, the Alfa edges it by the width of an Italian trouser crease. But opinions will vary wildly. Verdict. The Alfa Romeo GTV Twin Spark and Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo represent two distinct visions of the Italian sports coupe. The Alfa is the romantic choice. It charms. It entertains. It rewards skilled driving. It possesses a sense of occasion that many modern cars simply cannot replicate. The Fiat, meanwhile, is astonishing. It combines outrageous styling, genuine practicality and explosive performance into a package that remains remarkable decades later. If your priority is driving involvement, buy the Alfa. If your priority is performance, buy the Fiat. If your priority is reliability, buy a bicycle. After a week with both cars, however, one machine lingers in the memory more strongly. The Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo. Not because it is prettier. Not because it is better built. Not because it is more sensible. But because every journey feels slightly outrageous. And in 1995, outrageous was exactly what an Italian sports coupe ought to be. Final result. First place, Fiat Coupé 20V Turbo. Second place, Alfa Romeo GTV Twin Spark 1/2. The Alfa steals your heart. The Fiat steals your driving license. It's caught here. If you like my content and feel able to, please do like it or follow my blogs, Spotify and YouTube channels or Facebook channel. It would mean and help an awful lot. Thank you. https://korg9000.wordpress.com/